Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Viking Arms. It's Friday night. We're in lockdown. There's nothing on TV, so you may as well be here with us, enjoying another round of our lockdown family quiz. Welcome to all the people who have been queuing up. We had people queuing for the last 10 minutes or so on this, so thank you for being so patient and joining us. First through the door tonight were the Cliffs. The gang of four are ready to go and are waiting. The Cornells are checking in, the Scotchbrooks, the Beasleys, the Greens, the Birches. I'm not sure if we had the Birches before.
I don't recognise the Birches. Welcome.
You're very welcome, the Birches. Reverend Briggs and your team are here. The Coltasters are here. The Houghtons, the Kellets, the Slovikovskis, the Kennys, the Fawkes. All these names which are really familiar to us now from the last season of this quiz. And this is why we decided to put it back on. Okay, we had a lot of people asking us last weekend if we would do this because we're all stuck with lockdown. So yeah, we're back for you guys, and it's lovely that you can join us. We knew that a lot of you were going to be excited about the return, so hopefully it was worth the wait. Not sure how many people we're going to have joining us this evening. Basically, Gardener's World's not on TV, so there's literally nothing to be up for on a Friday. So we'll see. We might get a record number. Who knows? And who have we got else? The Rapplemoors are joining us. The Beasleys. We love you, Mr. Settle. Oh, that's nice.
I think you picked that one out on purpose. I'm just going to flag up very quickly. Patrick Kenny and his new flatmates are at Loughborough Uni. So hello to you all.
Ah, yeah. Hello, Patrick. So actually, as always, we've got loads of current Vikings, quite a few old Vikings who will choose to join us as well, and some prospective new Vikings who might be with us this time next year. Whatever category you fall into, you're all very, very welcome. I should introduce, as always, I've got Tam here. As always, we'll be checking my behaviour and also monitoring your comments. So behave yourselves. She's all over it. How much have you missed this, Tam?
I have missed this in ways you cannot even begin to imagine.
The quiz or lockdown?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about one and not the other.
Yeah, we've missed this quiz. Of course, we've missed this quiz, and we've missed you guys. Who else is here? The Lockwoods are back. The Passmores are here. The Youngs are here. The Humphreys are here. The Mullet Gang is back. Happy birthday next week, Eddie, from the Mullet Gang. Pedret also here. The newcomers. My sister's. How did she get the message?
I didn't send it.
Angie's back. Hopefully your signal's all right tonight, Angie. Yeah, so we've been busy whilst people are still coming through the door in their droves. We've been busy preparing the Viking Arms, polishing the glasses, dusting off the tables, cleaning the pipes, all ready for this new round of lockdown quizzes. So I hope we can bring some brief respite at the end of these lockdown weeks. And whilst we still can't be together, at least we are virtually on a Friday night. So if Jeff Smith, from one of our old Vikings, if Jeff Smith, can't speak properly now, out of practice, so excited. If Jeff Smith is Smith,
shall I say, if Jeff Smith, if you're out there,
you're not alone. Who would, yeah, there we are. So we're also looking forward to the latest from Slough, Mr. Beasley, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how everyone's been getting on, and we'll find out more in our rounds, in between our rounds. I feel really out of practice with this.
This could be a really bumpy reintroduction.
Well, it's been a long week. You know, if you're in the teaching profession, and or if you just work at Shiplake, you know it's been a long week. So we're still sort of playing with COVID stuff and just trying to make it all make everything work. So if I appear a little bit dozy, that's why.
It's nothing to do with the company.
The Weatherstons are back. The Fishers are here. And the Coles family. Whoop. Okay. First shout out of the new series is going to go to Louise Rapplemore, who I know, I think she's already checked in.
She has.
Because she's told me that, well, there's two reasons why she gets a special shout out tonight. Tam, I don't want you to blush too much, but apparently her dad fancies you.
Oh, well.
And I think given that all they ever see is that.
That's not true. When we did speech day, speech day
Oh,
end
that
of
was your
quiz.
big reveal.
I was on, yes.
Yeah, so
I am a real
he's got a bit
person.
of a thing for you, and apparently her other friends have got a few nice things to say about me too. So
Only a few.
thank you, Louise. You definitely deserve a special shout out for that, and that's the first one of the new series. Right, we've got quite a few in the bar already. Governor Blumfield, welcome back. The Baxters are here. I should sort of say we will have presumably a few new people joining us. I will go through the rules in a minute. But basically, you can talk to us through the comments box. You can see the comments scrolling away on your screen to let us know who you are. Maybe if you've got a quiz name. But it was really nice last year when we definitely got our regulars. So just
Can I just point
join
out,
the family.
Leo has already asked about Wilson.
We were expecting that. We were joking about this earlier on. I bet Leo comes on and asks, "Where's Wilson?" Wilson, well, he's definitely a bit of a teenager now, so
He is quite the moody teenager.
he's kind of just stretched out on the carpet behind us. But I'm sure he'll make an appearance just for you later. In fact, not just for you, Governor Blomfield. Where's the kitty? Oh, yeah.
And Reverend Briggs asked about Wilson as well, much earlier on.
All right, he'll be coming. All right, the rules. Here we go. There are 4 rounds of 11 questions, where the 11th question is a chance for you to have a chat, make a list, and also we'll ask you some other questions so you can type some answers into the box and let us know how you're getting on.
Can I just say, this is I don't know whether it's a good thing that we've done it in exactly the same format, or we've basically just been lazy and resurrected the exact same format that we were using before.
We just couldn't think of anything original.
That's true.
If you're onto a winner, you've all come back, so there we are. Yeah, so what have I said? There are 4 rounds of 11 questions. Answers at the end. I'll give you all the answers to all the questions at the end. It will be out of a total of 80. When I ask you to name 10 things at the end of a round, that's 10 things only, Mrs. Passmore. Don't give us more and think you can get more points that way. So it's a total of 80 points for the whole quiz. Obviously, don't answer in the comments.
Don't do that.
That would be so silly. Just write your answers for yourself. Just keep it hidden. Don't show anybody else. And this quiz is all just run on trust. Dr. Dresario,
Definitely,
if you are there.
Dr. Dresario.
So Dr. Dresario, for those of you who don't know, often manages to score things like 82, 83 out of 80. He's a very clever man. But this is fundamentally done on trust. Please don't put your scores don't put your answers in the comments box. We'll take all your scores in at the end. So for the sake of your own personal pride and just to see how you think you've got on, you can tell us how you did at the end, or just look at how everyone else did and compare your own score. I will read each question twice. Try not to cheat. Enjoy yourselves. Talk to us via the comments box. But as always, it's a school show. It's a family show. Please keep your comments clean. Otherwise, Mrs. Settle will be swift to take you down. Okay, that's the spiel done. Let's get on with it. It's 5 minutes past 8, so I think we should get underway. We always start with our general knowledge round. So here we go for general knowledge, round 1. Question 1. Which luxury car brand features a trident on its logo? Nice, easy one to get us going. Which luxury car brand features a trident on its logo? The Demos family is here. You're very welcome. And we've got another new family, the Litchfields. You're very welcome too. And
Mr. Beasley is already typing which might be answers, but not good ones, in the comments.
Pack it in, Beasley. Pack it in. Question number 2. Dave Lister is a lead character in which TV sitcom? Dave Lister is a lead character in which TV sitcom? Oh, thank God. The Bonanza here. I was just stalling until you got here, Jess. It's all right. And who's this? The Hows?
I don't know. Who is this?
Do we recognise that name? Hows.
I think this is a man of great importance.
Checking in, Mr. Howe. Now, actually, this is the first time that Mr. Howe has actually registered his presence in the comments box, which means we can get a score from him at the end of the quiz.
We have to have a score.
Question number 3. Which James Bond theme was sung by Sir Tom Jones? Which James Bond theme was sung by Sir Tom Jones?
Governor Blomfield has taken up the challenge that Mr. Howe is here.
Question number 4. What is sold in a French patisserie? What is sold in a French patisserie? Oh, good. Dr. Rosario is here. I've just seen him checking in.
He's already got about 14.
Yeah, for sure. Question number 5. Which former politician was partnered with Anton de Beck in this year's Strictly Come Dancing? Which former politician was partnered with Anton de Beck in this year's Strictly Come Dancing? The Browns have just checked in as well. Oh, look, we've got proper SLT versus Governors going on tonight. That's good.
I'm sensing it.
Question number 6. Who was the owner of Buzz in the Toy Story films?
We've gone high on the level tonight.
But, it's just easing you all in. Okay? It's the new season.
Let's be kind.
Who was the owner of Buzz in the Toy Story films? Question number 7. Triskaidekaphobia is a fear of what? Triskaidekaphobia is a fear of what? Is that Wilson's question? Almost. Question number 8. Kigali is the capital city of which African nation? Kigali is the capital city of which African nation?
You've got your reading voice back on. It's excellent.
Is that a good thing? Does that mean I've warmed up?
Yeah. All good.
That's quite hard. I thought that was quite a hard question. Eddie, stop hounding your teachers in the comments. It's Friday night. Give them a break. Come on. You get your exam results next week. And if you are at the tail end of your mocks, I hope they've all gone well this week as well. Question number 9. Taron Egerton played which famous singer in a recent film of the singer's life? Taron Egerton played which famous singer in a recent film of the singer's life? And question number 10. In which century did Guy Fawkes try to blow up the Houses of Parliament? In which century did Guy Fawkes try to blow up the Houses of Parliament? Typical Dr. Rosario. I marked it before you even sat it. He's such a good teacher. He just knows. He knows the kids that well. And finally, question number 11. Now, there are more than 10 answers to this, but I only want 10 answers. Can you name, nice and simple, as it's the start of the new season, can you name 10 countries beginning with the letter M? We've gone really highbrow this week. Name 10 countries that begin with the letter M.
Sorry, that was just quite funny the way you said it.
What?
Like
M.
the letter M.
Well, might not come across. So there's some people who tune in like via different, someone will be watching us here and then someone will have like their grandparents on the phone or something.
That's
we
true.
know it happens.
That is true.
So M for mother. Mike. Well, whatever. So, well, I can't just sit here for a few minutes, can I?
In silence.
Some of you have worked out that during these slight interludes in between rounds, whilst you're figuring out your 10 things, some of you, like Mrs. Rapplemore, just turn me off or turn me down, as in volume.
Mute you.
They mute me. So if some of you are bored whilst maybe your parents or your grandparents are kind of working out the answers, we've got some of the questions for you, and you can let us know how you're getting on with the comments. So our favourite question for you is, how are you treating yourself tonight? So normally you all tell us about the amazing takeaways that you've had, the meals that you've cooked, the food that you've prepared, the cocktails that you're drinking, the nice bottles of wine that Mr. Beasley's cracked open. How are you treating yourself? It's the first lockdown Friday. How are you looking after yourselves and making yourselves feel nice tonight, apart from obviously just watching the quiz? And the first one in Passmore's having curry and poppadoms, chicken fried rice. Well, we had a nice stew, didn't we? Stroganoff. It was very nice stroganoff.
Stew. It was
The Scotch Brooks. Oh, you think similar?
How rude! I cooked that mushroom stroganoff and it was delicious.
Whitley Neal raspberry gin and tonic with rotisserie chicken, all in the same glass, knowing her. Magnum of prosecco after the mock week. I think you deserve it. Mrs. Farquhar, who runs all the exams at Shiplake, I think has definitely deserved a magnum of prosecco. So we'll see you at some point next week when you've recovered. Liver and bacon, Rev.
Oh no! I'm sorry. No.
What is it with people of a? I'm just going to be a bit rude here. What is it with people of a certain age wanting liver? Liver. Oh, come on. The Kellets are having giggling squid takeaway. That's good.
That's good.
That's nice. Stay strong. Steak and cauliflower cheese. Nice. The Harpers are having a chickpea extravaganza. Is that like chickpeas done 4 ways?
Yes. Textures of chickpeas.
Textures of chickpeas with a chickpea foam. Hannah Edamo's here, so she's our data manager at school. A glass of Barolo here. Shall I show them I'll get the picture up. Who else is the Biziors are happy to be back, and they've got a good glass of red going. The Browns are having some tapas. Hannah, I hope you don't mind me sharing this with the audience.
Wilson is now not.
Wilson is such old news. Hannah went and picked up this little fella earlier on. Look at that.
Look at the floof of him.
It's this little fluff ball. So that's Hannah. That's what Hannah's doing this weekend, playing with her new kitten. The Beasleys. Isaac has cooked cut de boeuf.
Nice.
With a nice Saint-Emilion. Very good. Well done. Sorry, Rev. Right. Anyway, that's enough time on countries beginning with M. Hopefully that hasn't distracted you too much.
I am just going to have to say, just shout out for Megan, because she's one of my brilliant Sunday netball girls. She's made chocolate orange cookies, which sound absolutely fab.
And if you are a member of the Shiplake Stars, obviously you're very welcome along as well, because I know a lot of you were I was going to say hassling, encouraging us to do this last week as well. Cordell's Tiger. I'm going to have to stop reading about food. It's making me hungry. Right, round 2, current affairs. Here we go. Question number 1. A new adaptation of which Roald Dahl novel was released last Saturday? A new adaptation of which Roald Dahl novel was released last Saturday? Question number 2. Who was Notorious RBG? Who was Notorious RBG? Question number 3. England recently travelled to New Zealand to play a test series in which sport? England recently travelled to New Zealand to play a test series in which sport? Question number 4. Who was recently suspended from the Labour Party? Who was recently suspended from the Labour Party? Question number 5. Sean Connery died last week and he was at home, but in which country? Sean Connery died last week at home, but in which country? It's all gone quiet on the chat. I think people.
There's a lot of either concentration or scrolling back through BBC News. It could go either way.
Yeah. Question number 6. How many electoral college votes are required for Trump or Biden to win the US election? How many electoral college votes are required for Trump or Biden to win the US election? I love that. True story.
Well, read just in case people don't see the comments. Governor Blomfield.
Governor Blomfield says Sean Connery was my granny's milkman in Edinburgh. True story. I think you're supposed to put NGL.
It's the
Or
addition of true story. At the
NGL TBH. Well, I've lost my question now. Where am I? Question 7. Joe Biden served as a senator of which state from 1973 to 2009? Joe Biden served as a senator of which state from 1973 to 2009? Question number 8. If you feel the need to check your eyesight during lockdown 2, you could go to Specsavers, or which northern market town? If you feel the need to check your eyesight during lockdown 2, you could go to Specsavers, or which northern market town? I don't think. And good evening to the Houghtons as well. I think that's the first one I've seen. The Houghtons have checked in. Question number 9. Marcus Rashford has been active in his campaign for free school meals, but which club does he play for? Marcus Rashford has been active in his campaign for free school meals, but which club does he play for?
That's a sneaky question.
And question number 10. Which local national treasure was recently made a dame in the Queen's Birthday Honours List? Now, I suppose you've got to know, if we're talking about a local national treasure, we're talking obviously local to Shiplake. And if you don't know any, then
have a guess.
Have a guess. Which local national treasure was recently made a dame in the Queen's Birthday Honours List?
Mrs. Rapplemore suggests Miss Satch.
Oh, she got it years ago. As soon as Will got his first medal, it was a Dame Satch. Question 11. Right, so for question 11, this one's a little bit different. I'm going to read you a quote because this is current affairs. I'm going to read you a quote, and you've just got to write down whether it was who said it. Was it Trump or Biden? So for the first one, we'll call this 11A. I stopped in Singapore to meet with a guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient. So you just need to say, was that Trump or Biden? So 11A, I stopped in Singapore to meet a guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient.
No.
Who's this Oscar Griffin?
No answers in the
comments. Don't put your answers in the comments. Right, part B. From Phoenix to Flagstaff, from Mesa to Yuma to the Red Rocks of Sedona, this great state was settled by some of the toughest men and toughest and most beautiful women ever to walk the face of the earth. From Phoenix to Flagstaff, from Mesa to Yuma to the Red Rocks of Sedona, this great state was settled by some of the toughest men and toughest and most beautiful women ever to walk the face of the earth. Trump or Biden? Part C. I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do. I suspect I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
I don't think you did that last bit very well.
All right, I'll do it again. I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
That was better. That nailed it.
It's because the Frank's on
I know.
So who said that, Biden or Trump? Part D. I'm not sorry for anything that I have ever done. I have never been disrespectful intentionally to a man or a woman. So that was D. I'm not sorry for anything that I've ever done. I have never been disrespectful intentionally to a man or a woman. Biden or Trump? Part E. I punched my music teacher because I didn't think he knew anything about music, and I almost got expelled. I'm not proud of that, but it's clear evidence that even early on, I had a tendency to stand up and make my opinions known in a very forceful way. Biden or Trump?
People in the comments, honestly.
F. I cannot believe that a Frenchman visiting Kiev went back home and didn't say he discovered the most beautiful women in the world. That's my observation. It's certain you have so many beautiful women. I cannot believe that a Frenchman visiting Kiev went back home and didn't say he discovered the most beautiful women in the world. That's my observation. It's certain you have so many beautiful women. Part G. The press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish. The press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym, and that's what I wish. Part H. Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody has more respect. And part I. What I'm trying to do is go around from town to town, and I'm trying to draw as big of crowds, bigger than anybody. Have you seen anybody draw bigger crowds than me here in this state? And the last one, J. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. And I'm not joking. Okay, that's our Trump and Biden. Okay, so we're going to move on to round 3. And this one is called Min and Max. And maybe that'll become clear why it's called that when we get into it. So, question number 1 on Min and Max. So I pause. Okay, what is the maximum length of a video on TikTok? Is it 45, 50, or 60 seconds? What is the maximum length of time for a video on TikTok? Is it 45, 50, or 60 seconds? Something for the kids there.
For the youngsters.
Question number 2. Kylie Minogue was a judge on which UK talent show in 2014? Kylie Minogue was a judge on which UK talent show in 2014?
Excellent. That was a good one.
Question number 3. Minestrone soup originated in which country? Minestrone soup originated in which country? Question number 4. The Circus Maximus Stadium is located in which European city? The Circus Maximus Stadium is located in which European city? Question number 5. Ming the Merciless is the enemy of which hero? Ming the Merciless is the enemy of which hero? Question number 6. Minnie the Minx appears in which children's comic? Minnie the Minx appears in which children's comic? Well done, Dr. Rob. Found our level. Question number 7. Minorca lies in which group of islands? Minorca lies in which group of islands? And question number 8. Which F1 team does Max Verstappen drive for? Which F1 team does Max Verstappen drive for?
Dr. Rob's only saying he's got 2 now, but by the end he'll have about 85.
Number 9. Max George can currently be seen competing in this year's Strictly, but what boy band was he a member of? Max George was can currently be seen competing in this year's Strictly, but what boy band was he a member of? I think Dr. Rosario was genuinely very excited about this. He loves a quiz.
He does love a quiz.
He does love a quiz.
From previous performances, he's incredibly good at them.
Yeah. Question number 10. Name the Greek goddess of wisdom, art, and war. Name the Greek goddess of wisdom, art, and war.
And I think the headmaster's got a country starting with M. He seems quite...
Well done. I think Governor Blomfeld's obviously feeling confident now.
Well, I don't know. I feel this is going to be quite a standoff.
It'll be interesting to see who declares their score first. The last question in this round, loosely kind of related to maximum. Name the 10 biggest cities in the UK by population. There you go. I just want the 10 biggest cities, don't need to be in order, but 10 biggest cities in the UK by population. There it is, Slough.
Mr. Beasley, this is what we missed.
You've been waiting for it, haven't you? You've been waiting for it for the last half an hour. Where can I get Slough in there?
The unofficial Slough Tourist Board returns. Well done.
Oh, dear.
This actually made me smile.
Right. While some of you are trying to think of what the 10 biggest cities are, give us some good ideas. What do you do for this weekend? It's the first lockdown weekend of 3. So how are you? Give us some ideas. Give us some ideas of how you're going to kind of try and make the first lockdown weekend better for yourselves. Is it going to be long dog walks? Is it going to be, I don't know, sitting by open fires by the wood burners, going for bike rides, duvet days? And what are you going to do? Give us some ideas. So if anyone out there is feeling a little bit lost as to what to do this weekend, let's see what people have got to say on that. And the youngs are doing open morning. Yeah, same here. I'm sure there's a few of us doing open morning, and we can't wait to do open morning and see all the prospective Vikings, obviously. What else? There must be some other things that are going on. What are we doing this weekend? Walking the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cooking homemade ice cream.
Ice cream, nice.
Do you cook ice cream?
Blending.
Coltesses are doing open morning as well. Space Skipster cooking for the food bank. Oh, cool. Which food bank is that? And while some people are giving us answers to that, the 10 biggest cities in the UK by population.
Obviously, Mr. Beasley's given us one answer. Whether you choose to include that in your 10 or not is up to you. Going for a swim in the river? Ooh, no.
Are you sure? It's freezing. It's out there. Well, yeah. Oh, the bikers are here. Terry's off cycling with Mrs. Biker. Angie's doing some fireworks. Of course, it's fireworks night, isn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Fireworks last night.
Yeah.
There's been a couple going off around here. We love fireworks night in Sonning Common because it only takes 1 or 2 to go up before the village Facebook site goes crazy with people complaining what it's doing to their pets.
It's madness. Can I just also flag, because this is the second time he's mentioned it, so I feel he wants some kind of credit. Dr. Drosario's unpacking boxes in his new house.
Oh,
hey.
Oh, congratulations. The Scotch box, I missed that one. Walking the dog by the Thames while someone plays football. Good. It's going to be a nice morning for dog walks by the Thames at Shiplake. The Harpers are having a wild party with loads of friends.
I think they're fitting.
Controversial. Right, do you think we've given them enough time to think of 10 cities?
Apparently it was tricky. Lots of people saying this is the tricky one.
Well, look, let's face it. If you can't think of like the biggest, surely you've just named 10 cities. You can't be far off.
All right, Slough.
Who else? Yeah, I think basically everyone's just congratulating Dr. Rob now on moving house. So good luck with that, Dr. Rob. And we're going to move on to round 4.
4
already?
Really?
Is that round 4 already?
No.
It is. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, round 4.
Huh?
This round is all about the UK. So question 1 in round 4 is, which northern town plays host to Gothic festivals and is known for the creation of Dracula? Which northern town plays host to Gothic festivals and is known for the creation of Dracula? And we happened to have been there last week, weren't we?
We were there.
We were actually there.
There.
Never seen so many goth shops.
But no Dracula.
Question number 2. Which city was the first to be placed in Tier 3 lockdown? Which city was the first to be placed in Tier 3 lockdown? Question number 3. The mayor of which city has also been dubbed King of the North? The mayor of which city has also been dubbed King of the North? Question number 4. Which motorway links Exeter to Birmingham? Which motorway links Exeter to Birmingham? Question number 5. I'll go a bit quick now, aren't I? Well, normally you're at the side going, yeah, slow down.
Slow down.
You're producer Tam. Yeah.
Now keep going.
Right, question number 5. Which is further west? Is it Bristol or Edinburgh? Which city is further west? Bristol or Edinburgh? Question number 6. Where would you find Greyfriar and Cat Bells? Where would you find Greyfriar and Cat Bells? Reverend Briggs says that's an old one. Phil.
But a good one, Reverend Briggs.
There's a joke there linked to what I said about him earlier on, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it. I'm not doing it. Question number 7. The Duchy of Cornwall provides an income to which member of the royal family? The Duchy of Cornwall provides an income to which member of the royal family? I think, where's Wilson? He's ripping away at some bags.
He's on the landing. He's asleep.
We'll wake him up in a minute. Question 8. Well, Wilson's got basically a fan base here.
Okay.
All right, question 8. In which year did the UK join what was then known as the European Communities? Was it 1973, 1974, or 1975? In which year did the UK join what was then known as the European Communities? Was it 1973, 1974, or 1975? Question number 9. In which county would you find the tea cake also known as a fat rascal? In which county would you find the tea cake which is also known as a fat rascal? Question number 10. In which town would you find the longest pier in the UK? In which town would you find the longest pier in the UK?
Is it Slough?
We're heading him off at the pass here. It's not Slough. We'll give you that much.
Gosh.
Okay, and the last question, question 11. So in the spirit of lockdown and knowing that, whilst we're all stuck indoors with our families, what we're going to...
Stuck? Do you mean happily enjoying ourselves with?
exactly. Then we are obviously going to be playing a lot of Monopoly, perhaps over the next few weeks. So here's the question: can you just name any 10 of the coloured properties on the standard UK version of the Monopoly board? Name any 10 of the coloured properties on the standard UK version of the Monopoly board. So there's loads of answers for you to choose from, and hopefully you'll get 10. And whilst some of you are desperately thinking or trying to picture the Monopoly board in your head,
or running to get the Monopoly board,
indeed, if people want to talk to us, what highlights of the week so far, excluding the obvious, highlights of the week so far? What's been your highlight of the week so far? You've had quite a few highlights.
Good week, but we had a brilliant netball session with the year 12 and 13 girls yesterday, and they were totally on form, so that was a really good afternoon.
Yeah, I think mine's probably the same.
Netball?
No, not netball, but sport. Year 10 rowing, Wednesday afternoon. That was really good.
Nice.
Good group of lads. And who said stuck?
You said stuck.
He said stuck? I said stuck. Oh, yeah.
About being stuck inside. I think that's upsetting.
Yeah. So, yeah, think of those 10 coloured properties on the standard UK version of the Monopoly board. If you want to let us know what your highlights of the week so far have been,
there must be some.
This lockdown week. Respectful Year 10 CCF cadets in their little act of remembrance last Tuesday. So it's worth obviously reminding you all that we've got a remembrance service on Sunday morning at 10:45, I think, and that's being streamed on YouTube as well. So that's coming up, something to do for Sunday morning. Okay, just give you a few more minutes to get your 10 things through.
That's the dog snoring, just in case the microphone is picking anything up.
Not Reverend Briggs.
Definitely not Reverend Briggs. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Right. We're going to have to go on to the answers soon.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, before we go on to the answers, and whilst those, yeah, do you want to go get them? Go on. Scoop him up.
Goodness.
Whilst Wilson's coming out of hibernation, obviously, thank you very much to all of you for joining us tonight. We hope that you've all felt at home again in the Viking Arms, and thanks for asking us to come back and be here. We'll be back next week for another lockdown special, but in the meantime, look at this. He got very big. He got very, very big. Not quite as cute as Hannah's one now, but there he is. Okay, everyone happy? There we are. I'm not sure he's so happy.
He's not as visible as he used to be.
See, he's too shy now. Too shy. Anyway, here are the answers. Let's go for some answers. So I'll go through it fairly swiftly, and we'll get some scores in at the end. So back to round one. Which luxury car brand features a trident on its logo? That was Maserati. Dave Lister. Question number 2 is in Red Dwarf. James Bond theme sung by Sir Tom Jones was Thunderball. What is sold in a French patisserie? You can have a point for either cakes or pastries or both. Which former politician was partnered with Anton de Beck? That was Jackie Smith. Question number 6. Who was the owner of Buzz in the Toy Story films? Was Andy. Triskide decaphobia is a fear of the number 13. Kigali is the capital city of Rwanda. Taron Egerton played Elton John. Question 10. Which century did Guy Fawkes try to blow up the Houses of Parliament? That was the 17th century. And countries beginning with the letter M.
You need 10 of them.
You need 10 of them, no more than 10. If it's not on the card, you can't have it. So Madagascar, Malawi, Malaysia, Maldives, Mali, Malta, Marshall Islands, Mauritania, Mauritius, Mexico, Micronesia,
The Federated States.
Moldova. Would stop people try and stop anticipating the answers in the comments box? Monaco, Mongolia, Montenegro, Morocco, Mozambique, and Myanmar.
I have to
That's
say,
all you're getting for this. Go on.
Mr. Howe does make a good point.
What's he said? Menorca. Menorca?
Which, we did mention in a question later on, so therefore it is indeed a country.
Is it a country or is it just an island of Spain? I'm sure we'll be told, but it's not on the card, so no, you can't have it.
Mrs. Passmore has spoken.
Yeah, the boss has said no.
Oh,
there we go. Thank you.
Everyone
coming to our rescue.
In.
Right, that's it. Moving on. Current affairs. A new adaptation of Roald Dahl's novel. It was The Witches. Who was notorious RBG? That was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Which England the England netball team played a test series in. It was netball. The answer is netball. Question 4. Who was most recently suspended from the Labour Party? That was Jeremy Corbyn. Sean Connery died at home in the Bahamas. Question 6. You need 270 electoral college votes to become president of the United States. Joe Biden served as a senator of Delaware. If you feel where are you going to get your eyesight done? That was Barnard Castle. Question number 9. Marcus Rashford plays for Manchester United. Which local national treasure was recently made a dame? That was Mary Berry.
A
treasure. And question 11. I'll try and read these quickly. I stopped in Singapore to meet with a guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who's the wisest man in the Orient. That was Biden.
Oh, can I say the name?
Go on then.
Okay.
Go on then.
Well, no, you have to read the thing.
From Phoenix to Flagstaff, from Mesa to Yuma, the great state was settled by some of the toughest men and most beautiful women ever to walk the face of the earth. That was
Trump.
That was Trump. C, I think I probably have a much bigger IQ than you do. That was
Biden.
Where's the next one? D, I'm not sorry for anything that I have ever done. I have never been disrespectful intentionally.
Biden.
E was I punched my music teacher, and that was
Trump.
F, I cannot believe that a Frenchman didn't think that Kiev had the most beautiful women in the world. That was
Biden.
For part G, the press always ask me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I want to take him around the back of the school gym. That was
Biden.
H, nobody has more respect for women than I do.
Trump.
I, what I'm trying to do is go around from town to town and draw as big of crowds, bigger than anybody. Have you ever seen bigger crowds than this? That is
Biden. And
the last one, you cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Biden.
Okay, onto our min and max round. So the maximum length of a TikTok video is 60 seconds. Kylie Minogue was a judge on The Voice. Minestrone soup is from Italy. The Circus Maximus is in Rome. Ming the Merciless is the enemy of Flash Gordon. Minnie the Minx is in the Beano. Minorca lies in which group of islands? That was the Balearics. Max Verstappen drives for Red Bull. Max George was a member of The Wanted. And the Greek goddess of wisdom, art and war was Minerva. The 10 biggest cities in the UK by population is, or are. So I'll go in order, but it's London, then Manchester, then Birmingham, then Leeds, Glasgow, Southampton, Liverpool, Newcastle, Nottingham, and Sheffield. So any of those 10? There you go.
No Slough then. Oh,
Slough didn't make it. Sorry. I'm sure it will do one day.
Yeah.
And then on to, what was this, round 4. Eddie says, I swear I'm going to...
Eddie, you know the rules. You know the rules.
She might be, but... Well... Anyway.
Well.
4th round. The town playing host to Gothic festivals is Whitby. The city that was the first to go into Tier 3 lockdown is Liverpool.
There's almost a rebellion going on in the comments. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, time's ticking. It's bedtime. Number 3, the mayor of which city has been dubbed the King of the North? He's the mayor of Manchester. That's Andy Burnham, but I wanted Manchester. Which motorway links Exeter to Birmingham? It's the M5. Which city was further west? It was Edinburgh. Edinburgh is further west than Bristol. Where would you find Greyfriar and Cat Bells? That they are in the Lake District. They're fells in the Lake District. The Duchy of Cornwall provides an income to which member of the royal family? And that is to Prince Giles. Prince Giles?
You're literally now making up members
Prince
of the
Charles.
royal family.
Question 8. In which year did the UK join what was then known as the European Communities? It was 1973. Number 9. Where would you find a fat rascal? That's in Yorkshire. Question 10. In which town would you find the longest pier in the UK? That's in Southend. And the coloured properties on the Monopoly board. So hopefully you've got some good scores on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So starting from the Old Kent Road, then you go to Whitechapel, Euston Road, Angel Islington, Pentonville, Pall Mall, Whitehall, Northumberland Avenue, Bow Street, Vine Street, Marlborough Street, the Strand, Fleet Street, Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, Coventry Street, Regent Street, Oxford Street, Bond Street, Park Lane, and Mayfair. So any 10 of those, and you can have a point for each one. Whew. Right. Okay. So that's all the that's everything. So if you want to quickly toss up your scores, and we'll get some scores appearing in the comments boxes very soon.
And if you can do your counting a little bit faster than Georgia and Pennsylvania, then it means we can all get to bed tonight.
Yeah. And whilst the scores are coming in, thank you again for being with us. We really hope you have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. Don't forget your masks over the next couple of weeks. And here we go with the scores. The Coltises are first to declare on 64. And the Cordells are back in at 68. So that's the current leader. The Humphreys on 56. Reverend Briggs on 43. 64 for the Passmores. So the Cordells have got the lead.
It's a standoff, Mr. Howe and Governor Blomfield.
The Houghtons are on 64, Rapplemore's on 58, Fisher's on 56. The Manly Wars come in at a mighty 70, 63 for Stay Strong. The Kellets at 65, 48 for the Harpers, 63s for the Youngs, 53 for the Browns, 51 for Charlie Hobson, 55 for the Beasleys, 61. That must be a record score for the Greens because they've actually declared what their score is, so they're obviously proud of that. The Biziors have got 60. Blomfields are on 64. Oh. Litchfields are on 68. Scotchbrook on 60. De Rosario, true to form, is on 84.
Oh, well done.
Well done. 71 for Patrick Kenny and his flatmates. The Hilders are on 65. 50 for the Bonans. Oh dear, indeed. The Weatherstones are on 68. So it does look like the Kennys are leading on 71. However, there's one score that
one score we're waiting
notable
for.
with its absence.
Come on, Mr. Howe.
Winthrop Mackworth Pride is on 66. The Lockwoods are on 66. Mr. Howe, come on. Look, we can't shut this down until we get the heads score. The Governor's score is 64. The winning score is 71. The Kenny say there are 9 of us, in fairness. Yeah, I guess
but still a good score.
That's
good
all right.
Score.
He's not going to do it, is he? Come on, the pressure. Come
Mr.
on.
Howe.
65.
Ooh.
Really? Quick, I think let's launch legal action and have a recount on that one, Blomfield. And Mrs. Edemo is on 49. So I think, Kenny's, you've got a win there of 71. So congratulations. Well done on that. And there we are. Another quiz has come to an end. Hope you all had a great time. The bell has rung. The Viking Arms. We're pulling down the shutters. You've all got to go home. And there we go. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.
He just confessed less than 64.